Welcome back. We're continuing lesson 3 now we're going to start solving some equations. So this concept is multi-step equations with distribution. So we are now going to solve equations where they have distribution that we'll have to do first. This means we will have up to 3 things to do. And I have all our handy-dandy steps that we're going to follow. So first, you're going to locate the variable in the equation. Same step as when we started solving 2 steps. Step number 2, use distribution. So that's really our only new step that we have to do. Locate the variable, use distribution. Then third, use the opposite operation on both sides of the equations. Remember, you do addition or subtraction first, and then multiplication or division. And then finally, check your answer by substituting back into the original to see if it's true. So let's get down to business and get to our examples. So our first one, 3 times x minus 10 is equal to negative 9. So again, we need to locate the variable. In this case, it is x. And since we see parentheses, we need to start with distribution. So we're going to distribute that 3. So we have 3x minus 30 is equal to negative 9. As you see, the 3 only gets multiplied to the parentheses, never to what's on the other side of the equal sign, only to the parentheses. Now, after we have used distribution, it's now just a simple 2-step equation. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do the opposite of minus 30, which is plus 30. And we have 3x is equal to negative 9 plus 30 is 21. And then finally, divide by 3. So we get x is equal to 7. Now, we need to check our work to make sure we solved it correctly. So now, we're going to check. We're going to plug 7 into x up top. So we have 3 times 7 minus 10 is equal to negative 9. Leave the 3 alone for now. 7 minus 10 is negative 3. You just want to follow your order of operations. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. And look at that. It is true. So we're good to go here. All right, our next one. 4 times 2z plus 8 is equal to 48. Here's our variable z. So that is what we need to solve for. So we start with distribution. So 4 times 2z is 8z. Plus 4 times 8 is 32 is equal to 48. Now we are at our 2-step. So first, we subtract 32 from both sides. And we're left with 8z is equal to 16. Divide by 8. And we end up with z is equal to 2. But again, once we find the variable, we can't stop. We need to check our work. So that is what we're going to do next. So now we need to check, plug 2 into z. So we have 4 times 2 times 2 plus 8 is equal to 48. So there's a lot of simplifying we have to do, but that's okay. So we're going to start with 4 times 2 times 2 is 4 plus 8 is equal to 48. 4 times 4 plus 8 is 12. And then 4 times 12 is 48. And look at that. It checks out. Awesome. So we have 2 more examples that we're now going to go do. So our next one is 10 times r minus 1 is equal to 30. So we're going to distribute 10 to the r minus 1, and we get 10r minus 10 is equal to 30. Now we need to move both 10s. So we're going to start with adding 10 to both sides, and we get 10r is equal to 40, and then finally divide by 10. This ends up giving us r is equal to 4. Not done, because we now have to check our work. So we have 10 times 4 minus 1 is equal to 30. 10 times 3 is equal to 30. And look at that, 30 is equal to 30. So it checks out and we are clear. Last one, guys. So we have 5 times 4y plus 7 is equal to negative 85. So we're going to distribute the 5, and we're going to end up with some bigger numbers, which is okay. So we have 20y plus 35 is equal to negative 85. Next, subtract 35 from both sides, and we get 20y is equal to negative 120. The final step, divide by 20, and we get y is equal to negative 6. Hopefully you didn't forget, but we have to check our work. We're going to keep checking our work. So 5 times 4 times negative 6 plus 7 is equal to negative 85. So 5 times 4 times negative 6 is negative 24, plus 7 is equal to negative 85. Negative 24 plus 7, we get 5 times negative 17 is equal to negative 85. And then 5 times negative 17, look at that, it ends up being negative 85. And there you have it, multi-step solving with distribution. And with that, lesson 3 concludes.